2 weeks ago, we brought you the long-awaited grudge match between Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff. Time prevented us from completing this vicious brawl, but tonight, you'll see its conclusion. It's just part of the fabulous card of wrestling on this week's UWF Fury Hour! UWF, the Universal Wrestling Federation! Welcome to the Fury Hour!
Hello once again, everybody, and welcome to the Universal Wrestling Federation Fury Hour. I'm Craig the George, along with wrestling's living legend, Bruno Sammartino. We are in the city of Los Angeles for another great hour of excitement. Our big feature match, the debut of Barry O against Chief Jay Strongbow. Bruno.
This will be an interesting match because everybody knows Chief Jay Strongbow and everybody loves him. He's a wonderful wrestler, wonderful human being. Barry, on the other hand, he's a very athletic guy. He's a terrific wrestler, very skillful in that ring, and this is going to be a very interesting bout. And I'll tell you, I'd hate to pick a winner here.
All right, Herb Abrams will be doing double duty. He's got the play-by-play of the first match and also tonight's card.
And a power-packed lineup it is, Craig and Bruno, starting off with Bruno's son, David Sammartino. The Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff, is in action tonight, too. We'll go back to 2 weeks ago for the conclusion of the Dr. Death Steve Williams battle he had with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. The destruction and power of the Viking. Iceman King Parsons gets set to do his thing. And then the feature brawl between hotshot Barry O from the Cherokee Nation will take on Chief Jay Strongbow. Captain Lou returns with another adventure in Captain Lou's Corner. Also, a lucky fan gets his question answered on another segment of Ask the Wrestlers. And a reminder to be at UWF's next live wrestling show, Friday night, February the 15th at 7 p.m. That's Friday night, February the 15th at 7 p.m. at the Penta Hotel.
That ring is your link to all the news and happenings in the UWF on the UWF Power Line. Find out where the match is going to be in the future. Plus, hear what your favorite UWF wrestler have to say. Just dial the Power Line at 1-900-4204-UWF.
Spicoli and Sammartino. This guy, Spicoli, he really is. He is a character. He really is a character. But I'll tell you what, he gives you... Jeez, he wants... Here, he just challenged me too, Herb. He wants to take on both of us.
What is Spicoli carrying out about this cutie pie? Oh, that's nice.
Well, they shook hands. Let's see how long the tactics will be clever.
What do you anticipate here now between Larry Zbyszko and David Sammartino?
Well, like I said, these two have been at each other now for a number of years, and I guess neither one of them will be satisfied until they wrestle each other, and one guy clearly, without any doubt or whatever gets a clean-cut victory over the other, then maybe some satisfaction will come out of it, and maybe that'll be the end of the feud. It all started again, unfortunately, with my situation with Zbyszko, and I feel bad that carry on with David. But I'm not going to blame David as much as Zbyszko, because he's the one who won't let it go. He keeps every time. He keeps talking about retiring me. He didn't retire me. I retired myself because it was time to retire, and I wrestled more after the Zbyszko feud. I continued to wrestle, but then it came time to retire. And as he keeps saying he retired me, it upsets David, who's still wrestling, and he wants to tell Zbyszko that, you know, I can, well, you know, it's just one of those unfortunate situations that won't end.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm looking forward to possibly seeing a battle between Zbyszko and Sammartino in the ring.
Oh, no doubt it'd be a good match. It'd be a great match. One tackle, David. Let's see. Spicoli catches David with a big slam. David kicks off and catches him with a beautiful arm drag. Very nice, very well executed. David throws a tremendous arm drag.
I tell you, I enjoy watching this Louis Spicoli, this cutie pie.
Not Spicoli, it's Spicoli.
Spicoli, whatever. I enjoy watching him.
He's a character. Well, he's a character, but at the same time, he does provide you with pretty good action in that ring.
No question.
Yes, indeed.
He has vast knowledge of wrestling skills.
We saw what last week with that the Wild Thing.
The Wild Thing was a wild match, and
yeah, indeed it was. And
you know, had he had a little more experience, I believe he would have beat the Wild Thing.
Well, that's hard to say, you know, but the match certainly went back and forth, and as this one is going right now. But that's one way of getting out of a predicament, is go to the ropes and have the referee break. That's what Spicoli just did. He threatens a lot, even with the Wild Thing. He points that finger and makes a lot of threats to Spicoli. Well, David trips him down and he keeps going back with that arm bar. I don't know where David's going with this.
Well, Bruno, I'll tell you, I've seen you in that position many a time with you and your opponent in an arm bar.
Well, what I used to do with an arm lock like that, I used to really row it and really weaken, because, you know, let's face it, if you can weaken an arm or a leg or whatever an opponent, then he's definitely got the advantage. You know, if you're taking that away from him, he's certainly handicapped. And but you have to be persistent. If you start working on a body part, you have to stick with it, and you have to keep punishing it and punishing it. And if you don't make the man submit, but at least, as I say, you weaken that particular part. Wow, that was a tremendous knee drop on that arm. Hey, you know, Spicoli, got to give credit. He can take a lot. He can take a lot of punishment. Well, see, now David's saying, get up. You know, I mean, what was the purpose? I mean, he's my son, but what's the purpose of working an arm like that and then let him go and get up? You know, you stick with it. You either try to make your opponent submit. Nice drop toe hold. That was well executed, but see, now he's switching to the leg.
He's got a chin lock.
A chin lock, yeah. Well, okay. Myself, you know, like I would have stuck with the, always back with the arm now. But you know, if you're gonna go with an arm, you gotta stick with it and keep punishing it, and either make your opponent give up or do something with it. Spicoli gets the rope. That's one way of breaking.
Bruno flexing that. Bruno, I'm looking at him. I said, Bruno, David flexing that his biceps, triceps.
Well, David, as I said before, he's gone to extremes. He used to be 255 pounds, which is a little too heavy for him. Now he's about 220, which might be just a lot. I don't know. It's my opinion. Anyway, he feels good, and that's what counts. But I like to see him at about 235. Headlock. What?
Oh, suplex by San Martino. Cutie Pie holding his head.
Yeah, that Spicoli hit pretty hard. David goes back to that arm.
Spicoli not going to give up.
No, he's to his credit, he certainly can take a lot of punishment. That's one way. It's another way of getting out of the hole. You know, now David's been punishing Spicoli pretty good. And yet look at this guy. Comes back now. He's getting the best of David. He is one of these kids who can really, you know, you have to give him credit. He can take a lot, and he's got that fortitude to keep coming back.
Bruno, I have to tell you, if he were just a bit more aggressive and non-stop and hitting, I believe this guy could be something here in the UWF, this Spicoli.
Well, he's a young guy. You can see he's a very young man. What is he, about 22 years old?
He doesn't even look 20 to me.
Yeah, well, okay. So, you know, he's a kid that, give him time. Give him time. Who knows? Who knows? Power slam.
Wow. In fact, he doesn't even look like he hit puberty yet, this guy.
That was a great power slam, and that looks like
figure four leg lock.
Yep.
This could be it.
Yeah, a figure four leg lock, if applied and applied properly, it's extremely painful. Not only painful, but extremely difficult to get out from. And 9 out of 10 times it does wind up into.
Well, you've got some of the greats that have always used that figure four leg lock.
Next up, Ivan Koloff, the Russian Bear, as the UWF Fury Hour continues.
Attention wrestling fans, the Universal Wrestling Federation returns to the Big Apple Friday, February 15th at 7 p.m. with an explosive show at the Penta Hotel in New York City, directly across from Madison Square Garden. Order tickets now by calling 1-516-5874-UWF. See the eagerly anticipated main event of the evening, a lumberjack-style match between Steve Dr. Death Williams and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. A revenge grudge match between Cowboy Bob Orton, along with his manager, the Golden Greek John Tolis, and B. Brian Blair. Plus, down the Rock Morocco, the inimitable Cactus Jack, Steve Ray the Wild Thing, Sonny Beach, Dr. X, and the hard-hitting Power Twins. An evening of wrestling hosted by living legend Bruno Sammartino, with a special appearance by Captain Lou Albano on the Captain's Corner. Call the UWF at 1-516-5874-UWF to order tickets to the February 15th show at the Penta Hotel in New York City. Call 1-516-5874-UWF now. Entering a new era behind super scorer Pat LaFontaine. The Pittsburgh Penguins. Now that Super Mario is back, can anyone stop the Penguins? Play Isles in Pittsburgh, 7:30 Eastern on Sports Channel America, Thursday.
It's not simply a game. It's an era of fitness, health, muscle development, body toning, beauty, and power. It's the era of Soloplast. Become a part of it. Call anytime for a free brochure.
The Runnin' Rebels are a team on a mission to remain atop the collegiate rankings. Larry Johnson and UNLV have their sights set on a second straight title. UNLV takes on UCSB, live at 11 Eastern on Sports Channel America, Thursday.
Hey fans, wrestling's living legend, my partner, Bruno Sammartino, has written an autobiography. And take it from me, this is one terrific story. The book is now available through the special offer from the UWF. Just call 213-822-4187, or you can send for it by check or money order to Bruno's Book, 702 Washington Street, Marina Del Rey, California, 90292. And don't forget, include $2.50 for postage and handling.
Ivan Koloff!
Yes, sir. Ricky Ataki taking on Ivan Koloff with his chain.
Do you notice, Bruno, as you see the chain again, well, they still haven't taken care of this problem. We saw it in a previous week, Koloff with the chain what I was going to bring up is, do you notice a different style, a different mentality from the Japanese wrestler as opposed to the either American wrestler or, in this case, the Russian wrestler? Is there a different style, a different tactic?
Well, in Japan, I think that in Japan they mix. They use the wrestling plus they combine it with the arts. You know, they use a little judo, a little karate. They do all these things. And as you watch, most of these Japanese wrestlers that come here in the States try to do the same thing here. Although they meet with the likes of Koloff, who then brings a chain, and that kind of throws them off a little bit because they don't expect that. But they're tough. The Japanese wrestlers are. They're all great condition, dedicated. They're all very tough.
We've been impressed with Otaki. Limited time we have seen him here in the UWF. Look at that move. There's a good example. He just quickly got out of the move, and then the leg takedown. He's got Koloff in trouble. This Otaki might be a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, he's tough. There's no question about it. I've never seen anybody go in a ring with him and have an easy time with this guy because he goes in there and he gives it his all, and he's talented too. He's very talented.
Trying to put him away, but Koloff says, "Hey, not now, sir."
Well, you know, when you talk about Ivan Koloff, you're talking about a veteran here who knows every trick in the book. This guy has certainly been a tremendous wrestler all his life. He's known worldwide, and he's got just one of the most awesome reputations in professional wrestling.
He is going to work on Otaki.
I remember wrestling him in the 70s when he was actually a 300-pounder.
Yeah.
Nice 260. He's in great shape.
Would you rank him among some of your toughest opponents?
No question about it. No question about it.
Oh, he missed with the roundhouse right, and now takes the chop to the neck, and he is down. And Otaki looks like he's going upstairs. He is, top rope. Otaki comes down with the axe handle and lands. Now for the press.
Whoa.
Oh, boy, that was close.
Koloff's probably saying, hey, that's a little too close. Better watch it here.
Koloff in, but comes right back with the foot, and that sends Otaki down, and you didn't like the way the Otaki accepted that, huh?
Well, I'll tell you, the way he whipped, Koloff into center rope, it kind of was a little too quick in ducking for that backdrop.
Yeah.
And Koloff saw it and caught him with a tremendous kick. But I'll tell you, he delivered a mighty blow from that top rope.
Watch out now, Bruno. He's got him outside
Look at that.
in a foreign area. On the middle post, on the middle pipe. And that nearly bent the pipe that keeps the fans away.
That's the noise it made when he hit that pipe. It's amazing that, let's see, look at this now.
Oh, my, on the chair. Now Koloff goes back in the ring. As Otaki is obviously in trouble there.
Will he be able to make it back? Let's see. The referee's not even counting because he's kind of arguing with Koloff.
Otaki wearing that chair as if it was a hat.
I'll tell you what, again, for Otaki's credit, he's a tough guy. I mean, he just took a couple of tremendous blows, and somebody may not have even attempted to come back in the ring. And look at here, there he is on the apron.
Oh.
Didn't make it quite back in.
What we talked about, I think, the Japanese wrestler, I think you find that ability to recover, the resiliency.
A lot of discipline, you know. Yeah. They're very disciplined, and they'll fight you. They'll fight you all the way. I mean, as long as they can move, as long as they can, they're going. They'll keep going. And this Otaki, as I said, okay, front face lock was backbreaker.
A backbreaker, turn it around. Koloff trying to put the finishing touches on Otaki. Big leg drop. And the cover. Oh. You know, instead of worrying about the cover, he's going to work in the face area, and the referee is warning him. Koloff again is scratching and clawing at Otaki.
Referee's warning didn't do too much, did it? He went right back to it.
No.
Maybe right now Otaki says, I wish I was back in Japan.
Get the next flight out of here. Into the ropes, Koloff. Oh, my!
Grabbed him by the neck and just drove him so hard right at that he's a knee drop right across the chest. Here he comes.
That's what he calls that hammer move. Very effective. Now he lands on the middle rope and lands all of his 262 pounds on Otaki, who was taking a beating here, Bruno.
Yeah, I'm afraid that Koloff has got him hurt now, and he's really, really staying on him, as you can see, and he's really, really torturing the man now.
How many times do you see Koloff? He's not a very quick starter generally, but boy, by the time that match goes into a few minutes, he just takes over. And that's it, the submission.
There's a submission. Where some wrestlers get tired, he picks up strength and stamina as he goes on.
And he is not letting up here.
We'll bring you the conclusion of that great Dr. Death Paul Orndorff match from 2 weeks ago next.
What? You think it's easy being Mr. Wonderful? Well, it's not true. People are always trying to throw me around. And to make sure that doesn't happen, I use Joe Weider's Total Arm Blaster. It's the best way I know to keep my arms pumped and strong. So if you want massive steel-like arms, do what I do. Blast away with the Total Arm Blaster. 1-800-423-5713. Call now. This is the Golden Greek speaking, and when I travel in style, man, all the way. Look at this beauty. Look at this. The Midnight Express limousine. Beautiful, classy, first class, the ultimate in traveling. This is what the Golden Greek does. Travel in first class. Take a look at it. The Midnight Express beauty. Take a look inside. All the comforts of home. Television, telephone, a little refreshment, comfortable ride. What do you need? And it sits everybody comfortably. Remember, the Golden Greek tells you, Midnight Express limousine, the ultimate in limousine service. And if you heard it from the Greek, you heard it from the top man.
Hey fans, now you can deck yourself out with great-looking UWF merchandise and be the envy of the neighborhood. All kinds of wearing apparel is available in all sizes and great-looking colors. To order a free merchandise brochure, just write to the UWF, 702 Washington Street, Marina Del Rey, California, 90292. Walk in style with the UWF trademark merchandise. 2 weeks ago, we had to leave the air before the end of the brutal Dr. Death Paul Orndorff match in New York. We pick it up at the point where we left off. Here's Bruno and Craig.
Williams right now, even if he is bleeding badly, he isn't picking up on strength and coming after Orndorff seeing him that he's hurt. Headbutt.
Williams lands a head to the side, and it'll be very easy to see where that landed because there's blood now all over the side of Orndorff from the head of Steve Williams.
What a headbutt.
This has been
like a Billy Goat.
Well, really, you can't say it's been unexpected. We kind of expected this kind of a vicious battle between the two after what has happened, of course, over the developing weeks here in the Universal Wrestling Federation.
Actually, what I expected would happen is that's what's happening. I thought it was going to be a brutal bout because this is happening. Let's see now, Orndorff here. Let's see.
He has blood from his forehead.
Yeah,
I believe, though, that was from the headbutt of Steve Williams.
So in other words, you're saying it's Williams'
I think it's Williams'
blood. We'll have to see because he's taking some shots out there too. But it could very well be because Williams did headbutt several times and it could be Williams' blood, but we'll just have to wait to see. But right now, Orndorff is hurting.
You know, I have a feeling that Mr. Wonderful thought maybe you had put away Dr. Death after he cut him open.
The referee certainly is giving. Oh, no. Yeah, that's not Williams' blood. Orndorff is bleeding.
You're right about that.
Orndorff is bleeding.
The two combatants are outside the ring. Both are bloody.
Williams just gave him about a half a dozen headbutts. And then, you know, he's hurt himself. His head is split. And after he gave him about 5-6 headbutts, he staggered and fell on his behind as a result of it. And the referee is staying outside the ring, which is giving him every opportunity because the referee right now, if he were in the ring, he could have gotten them both out.
That might be the best thing to do at this point. Whoa, what a wrap up to this big hour here on the Universal Wrestling Federation Fury Hour here on Sports Channel America.
There's no way that this referee's going to control this match. These guys now are no longer paying attention to any referee or anything. They're just out. They're outside. Well, although here's Williams. He throws Orndorff back in the ring.
I don't know if Hernandez is going by the textbook and officiating it outside the ring. That's very unorthodox. Williams trying to get leverage. Comes up, double X off the top. And he floors Orndorff. And this has been a real vicious onslaught on both ends here.
It's a bloody battle.
Perhaps symbolic that both happen to be wearing red.
All over their bodies.
Yeah, all over their bodies, not just the tights. Orndorff into the turnbuckle, gets out of the way in time. And Williams, Dr. Death going crashing into the turnbuckle. And now Orndorff nothing coming. Oh boy, Dr. Death hit down Hernandez. Did he knock him out?
Yeah, but now the question is that an automatic disqualification? Because he deliberately hit the referee, Williams did.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hernandez hasn't counted out. They're hammering right to left. Here comes some help from the outside. As Orndorff and Dr. Death continue to hammer away. Look out, Bruno, they might come in our direction. Everybody coming in the ring now. Looks like Blaze is in the ring. Michaels is in the ring. Williams trying to separate these two guys. Orndorff and Dr. Death continue to go at it.
And they're knocking everybody that's interfering away. Look at this. They're knocking guys left and right. They're saying, leave us alone. We're going to battle this to the finish.
Chris Michaels pulled away Orndorff. A couple of more guys coming in. Here come the power plays. Hernandez is around. What's going on here? This is just broken loose.
My God, you got a dozen wrestlers and they're trying to pull these two maniacs apart.
Keep your eye on Bruno Sammartino maybe next in the ring.
No, I think I'll just stay here with you.
Here comes Sonny Beach, the Rock, Don Morocco.
And look at this. Williams just got flying across.
Why? This is no team picture, folks.
They got a dozen wrestlers there. They can't pull these two guys apart.
And Orndorff, we have a good vantage point at it. Very difficult for the camera to pick up because with all the bodies, but he's pulling a hair of Orndorff. Is Dr. Death. As you see the backs of the power trids trying to break up some people, you know, you wonder here if you might have some other battles.
They got to stay. They got to have about 5-6 guys in each individual and just hang on. There's Orndorff cuts loose again.
Orndorff got loose again. The bell is going, and Ben the breaking loose here.
Disqualification.
I'm surprised about that.
Both wrestlers.
As you heard from the PA guy.
Wow, what else could he do? Really, in all honesty, certainly the fans aren't pleased with the way this match ended, but that's the only way it had. You have to describe it. There was no other way.
I thought he only had a single DQ, though, because if you recall, Hernandez was hit.
Absolutely.
By Dr. Death, and they still cannot break it up. So that's the point.
Well,
Dr. Death hit Hernandez. Was knocked down.
But look at this. You got a dozen guys there keep breaking these two up, and they keep getting back at each other, and they can't keep them apart.
And look out, Bruno, because Orndorff is going to make his exit right near us. Orndorff right in front of us near the monitors and the television equipment, as you see. The Rock are still trying to break up the two. Dr. Death, they only have about a little hand on him right now. You see. You know.
Don't let him blow, let him blow. You get
Orndorff's going after him again. He's going after him again. He gets through and hits Dr. Death. Over a dozen wrestlers are in the ring and no one can stop these two. They continue to go at it.
All these guys, come on. You
can't
pull these guys apart before they bleed to death.
Both obviously needing medical attention, but both continue to want to get at one another. You just hope that somehow, cooler heads will prevail here.
What some of these guys have to do is grab one of these individuals. Here comes Williams again.
Williams goes after Orndorff. The Rock now getting in the middle of it. He got a shot in on Dr. Death. Rock trying to just yank him
Rock is outside. I think he's trying to get Orndorff, and maybe figures if he can get him outside, then maybe they can pull him or push him toward the dressing room area and separate these two once and for all.
They got Dr. Death back finally, and Orndorff pulled away. Oh boy, you have not heard the last of that one, that's for sure.
It doesn't get more exciting than that, but Captain Lou will give it a try. He's next.
665,000. Glenn Miller's Pennsylvania Sticks 5000, a jazz classic, and the phone number to a New York classic, the Pennsylvania Hotel, now the newly renovated Penta Hotel. The Penta is located in one of New York's most dynamic areas, just blocks from the city's highlights, and across the street from Madison Square Garden. No matter what your needs are, Pennsylvania 65000 is the number for one of the most legendary hotels in New York, the Penta Hotel.
Hey fans, now you can carry your favorite UWF wrestler and personality wherever you go, wearing these new UWF t-shirts. You'll stand out and be the envy of the neighborhood. Here's where to order either Dr. Death, Captain Lou, Mr. Wonderful, Bruno, Dan Spivey, Brian Blair, or the UWF logo. Caps are available too, so order now.
Do you need a car? Listen, each year government agencies auction, sell, and liquidate thousands of cars and trucks, and the bidding starts as low as $30. Government vehicles, luxury cars taken from drug dealers, criminals, and thousands more seized, repossessed, sold through bankruptcy proceedings. Now find out how you can grab the car you want at government liquidation and bankruptcy prices. Bid as low as $30 for Porsches, Mercedes, Ferraris, Corvettes, family cars, and trucks. Find out how to get the car you want now. Call 1-900-HOT-AUTO. That's 1-900-468-2886. Just $2 a minute.
Tuesday on Sports Channel, the Seton Hall Pirates know that in the Big East, only the strong survive. The Pitt Panthers are clawing their way up in the tight conference standings. Seton Hall battles Pitt, Tuesday at 7, live and exclusive on Sports Channel. This week on Sports Channel, Pat LaFontaine and the Isles hit the ice in a key home-and-home series. Can New York grind up Paul Coffey and the potent Pittsburgh attack? The Isles battle the Penguins, live Thursday and Saturday at 7:30 on Sports Channel.
Reminder that the next explosive live UWF wrestling show will take place on Friday night, February the 15th at 7 p.m. at the Penta Hotel. Call for tickets now at 516-587-4UWF.
Yes, wrestling fans, it's the old fat man, Captain Lou Albano, baby. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm back with the Captain's Corner this week, and I know all about water. I know all about beaches, Daytona Beach, Palm Beach, the whole bit. In fact, I take a shower every day. But I got somebody from the beach. I got Sunny Beach. Here he is. Look at his super giant. Go ahead, brother. Tell him about yourself.
Sunny Beach, the man with the most from coast to coast, coming at you live in the UWF, taking on all comers in competition. Be looking for Sunny Beach out there.
You know all I got to say, wrestling fans, when you talk about Universal Wrestling Federation, they said they would bring you the cream of the crop. They said you would bring you the top guys. They said you would bring you superstar wrestlers. Well, here they are. You got a man standing 6'3", weighing some 267 pounds. The man can move and groove, baby. He can surf. He's got the wrestling knowledge, the wrestling balance all together. I told you I was an expert on professional wrestling and on beaches. And right here, I'm standing next to Sandy Beach. Sandy, what is your purpose for coming into Universal Wrestling? Tell him, brother.
To better myself, to make a name for myself in the UWF, and I'm coming live and in color, so take a good look.
Now, you see, here is a man that is a young athlete. That's right. He is a young stud in the prime of his life, baby, and he knew that he'd have to come to where the best is at, and that was Universal Wrestling. So he's coming on strong into Universal, where he would have the best of competition and could make a definite name for himself. You know what I mean? That's my friend B. Brian Blair. Yes, he came right home, baby, right to Universal Wrestling. I'm Captain Lou, and we said we'd bring you the best. Well, I don't lie. Woo! I feel good.
Craig and Bruno, we just got word that Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, have just signed for a lumberjack match on our February 15th live wrestling show in New York City. So get your tickets now and see this colossal lumberjack battle.
That star going right after him. Man from Sioux City showing some big city moves here. And he has a good forearm to the chest. And you can hear the sounds there. We've got some great microphones right near the ring. Pick that up. Oh.
He's a big guy, this Matt Starr. You know, he weighs about 275 or thereabouts.
Yeah.
And, you know, so you know he's not a slouch. He's not a big slam.
He picked up Parsons, who goes 240. Body slammed him, and whoa.
He just flacked, just did a double bicep. That he should do. He doesn't have the physique that you want to show off to everybody.
Yeah.
He's a pretty rugged individual so far. He's a big guy, but a physique star he is not.
Iceman has his interesting look, certainly.
Iceman, yes. Iceman is you know, he's a big guy, but he's well proportioned, well put together. You can see none of his upper body, but look at his thighs and calves. Whoa, that guy went flying out of that center ring.
And you can see where he landed. And he's going to have to shake that one off. Boy, this guy, Star, looks like a star here early on, doesn't he?
Well, we'll see if he can keep it up.
And the referee telling him to get his butt back into the ring.
Well, in all honesty, the referee shouldn't be telling them anything like that. His job is to count. And if they come in the ring, fine. If not, it's shame on them.
Yeah.
The match still ends.
You don't really hear that in the referee handbook. Tell them to get your butt back in the ring, do you? Oh, on the metal pole. You saw where he hit. That's the piping that keeps the fans away from the ring area. And Iceman. Oh, now this one. It's the steel pipe. And look who has shown up. Colonel De Beers, of all people, has made his way to ringside. I don't think Iceman knows he hit him with a chair.
I don't think Iceman has seen him. And I'll tell you what, if and when he spots him, and I'm sure he will, but I'm curious to see the reaction in his face. I'm curious to see.
And De Beers,
what business he got here?
I don't think he bought a ticket because he looks like he's either doing some scouting or trying to make his presence known to the Iceman.
Maybe like cause a little distraction for whatever reason, but Iceman's been around a long, long time. But nevertheless, I want to see what he does when he sees the bird.
Good shot. You can see how close the Colonel was to ringside now as he's inching up slowly and surely.
Iceman hasn't seen him yet.
And there's his view.
Look at De Beers. Look at De Beers pointing at him. I can't hear what he's saying, but he's pointing. He pointed at Iceman and said something. Iceman didn't see him, didn't hear him.
He has not looked.
He goes back to him. He's concentrating on his match. Well, he should.
Yeah, De Beers has been uncharacteristically quiet, however. You do notice him, but he really hasn't said much.
No.
Oh, big chop. Iceman trying for the cover, and yes, sir. He's got him.
The terrible wrath of the Viking is next on the Fury Hour.
Hey, you little Mr. Wonderfuls out there. You think Mr. Wonderful got to look like this by eating wimp food like cheeseburgers, french fries, and quiche? Get real. A talented, serious athlete like me needs real nutrition. So I drink Joe Weider's Dynamic Muscle Builder. It's got high-quality protein, amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and other important stuff I need to beat, meet my opponent in the ring. And it tastes great, too. And it's just like a thick, rich milkshake. Joe Weider's Dynamic Muscle Builder. Tough nutrition for us tough athletes. And here's the number, 1-800-423-5713. And it's great.
Call 1-800-423-5713 or send a check or money order to Weider Health and Fitness, Department DMB, 615 West Johnson, Cheshire, Connecticut, 06410.
Jack Patton, publisher of Business Week.
I'm proud that so many leading companies advertise in our pages. American Express, AT&T, General Motors. Business Week ad pages read like a who's who of business. Why? Because successful companies want to reach successful people. Just look at the numbers. I'm just as proud of our readers, too. They help make Business Week the world's #1 business magazine. They know it's the best source for objective reporting and analysis of the week's business news. Whether you've already arrived or on the way up, you should subscribe to Business Week right now. You will be in excellent company.
Subscribe now and get 32 issues of Business Week for just $24.95. With your paid subscription, Business Week will send you this compact data bank absolutely free. More than a calculator, the data bank also stores all your important phone numbers. It's free with your paid subscription.
To order, call toll-free 1-800-841-0300. That's 1-800-841-0300.
That ring is your link to all the news and happenings in the UWF on the UWF Power Line. Find out where the match is going to be in the future. Plus, hear what your favorite UWF wrestler have to say. Just dial the Power Line at 1-900-4204-UWF.
Viking, look at this guy. Awesome, huh, Greg?
Yeah, the fans with the publicity pictures and some of the shirts that you can purchase from the UWF, as you can see. The Viking making his way into the ring.
You know, the fans don't like this guy, and he don't like them either. You noticed in the past time, he goes and he makes insulting remarks. But you can't take it away from him. Look at this. This is a really extremely powerful-looking guy.
Fans trying to get out the Iceman here.
What is he doing here? Taking a chair.
As the fans chair, and what is he doing? He's just plastering that very expensive chair.
He smashed it, and he tells one of the young people who was sitting on it, now you can have it, you can sit on it now. He smashed it. Some of these younger people, these young men are sitting, they were making some derogatory remarks, and he didn't like it. This was back from a week or so ago.
Fortunately, that gentleman was right enough to get another chair. They're taking that one out of there. The intern going up against the... Oh, boy, good clothesline by the Viking. Who outweighs his opponent by some 100 pounds, thereabouts. You see referee Larry Sampson, third man in the ring. The intern into the ropes and takes the elbow to the neck. And, you know, you wonder what kind of chance, not to dispel him because he got in the ring and he, I'm sure, has a lot of courageousness, but what kind of chance, realistically, does the killer intern have against a guy like the Viking? This guy is one of the most powerful guys you'll see in the UWF.
Personally, you want to give him credit? Yes, let's give the intern credit for accepting this challenge against the likes of the Viking. Realistically, yes. On a given day, the old saying goes, an upset can always happen. But it'll take a miracle, in my opinion, in this particular case, because this guy, the Viking, he's just too big, too strong. Look at this. Look at this suplex. You're going to take him
side
back.
suplex, and he takes it right back. As we've talked about in the past, the Viking has an array of...
Look at the size of this guy. Look when he flexes. I mean, you know, you've seen some people that are 300 some odd pounds, but how many people way over 300 pounds that are put together like this guy? I mean, the guy's extremely impressive.
Tremendous size. So to our cameraman, I want some competition. We're not getting it right now from the killer intern.
The intern gave 2 rights to the midsection. And the Viking almost as if said, like, let me show you. And he gave him a big forearm. Whoa.
He got him in a good spot. He got him right in the knee area. Well, that's a drop kick.
Yeah, he gave him a drop kick, but he didn't really catch him.
Yeah, actually, I beg your pardon. He got him in the groin area, and you see him bent over.
Right. But the drop kicks that he's caught him with, 2 drop kicks, he really didn't catch him. I'm not saying that if he had caught him properly, that he would have taken him over, but he really didn't catch him in solid.
Well, let's see. He's going to have a chance to catch him here, though, Bruno. He's going to the top rope, this guy, the intern.
He's taking too much time. He's taking too much time.
He's having all kinds of problems with the top rope, but he comes flying. Oh. Did you see that? The Viking caught him in midair, didn't budge, takes him around, power slam, and puts him away.
That was power. I mean, to catch a guy coming up the top rope like that.
And that is devastating right there.
And look at these elbow smashes. That's 316 pounds coming, flying from the air, coming down full weight. The intern, I think, has finished with his internship.
Time again for Ask the Wrestlers, and a chance for a lucky viewer to win a free UWF t-shirt and cap. This week's winner is Ira Goldstein of Plainview, Long Island, who asks Bruno Sammartino to compare the wrestlers of 20 to 30 years ago with today's men of the squared circle.
Well, Ira, there's no question that today you have some tremendous wrestlers. Look here at the UWF when you talk about Orndorff, Steve Williams, Orton, Brian Blair, many guys. I could go on. These are all tremendous wrestlers. However, I must tell you that in my day, we had some horses, too. When you talk about the Jonathan, the Killer Kowalskis, the Kolovs, the Lazowskis, Tolises, I could go on. And in all honesty, these guys were tremendous. So I would say, to answer your question this way, we had some tremendous athletes in those days, and there's no question of some tremendous people today. So who were better? I don't know. Because the opportunity of ever meeting in that ring, of course, is impossible.
A free UWF t-shirt and cap is yours if we use your question on the air. So send in those letters. Send your questions with your name and address to Ask the Wrestlers, 702 Washington Street, Marina Del Rey, California, 90292. And remember, it's 29 cents now for a letter, 19 cents for a postcard. So send that mail in now. Hey fans, now you can carry your favorite UWF wrestler and personality wherever you go, wearing these new UWF t-shirts. You'll stand out and be the envy of the neighborhood. Here's where to order either Dr. Death, Captain Lou, Mr. Wonderful, Bruno, Dan Spivey, Brian Blair, or the UWF logo. Caps are available too, so order now.
Glenn Miller's Pennsylvania Sticks 5000, a jazz classic, and the phone number to a New York classic, the Pennsylvania Hotel, now the newly renovated Penta Hotel. The Penta is located in one of New York's most dynamic areas, just blocks from the city's highlights, and across the street from Madison Square Garden. No matter what your needs are, Pennsylvania Sticks 5000 is the number for one of the most legendary hotels in New York, the Penta Hotel.
Planning. Where'd I get the capital to start this business with my daughter? By investing for the long haul. And forget full commission brokers. I called Charles Schwab. Munis, mutual funds, blue chips, and I save plenty with Schwab's low commissions. Every day I tell my daughter, think long-term. Make your own decisions. Be your own man.
Choices. Dad's conservative, and that's okay, but I'm after high return. At Schwab, I can be aggressive. I just bought some high-growth mutual funds and an undervalued stock I know will take off, all by computer and at Schwab's low commissions. Dad says, plan ahead, get there first. Maybe that's why my name's on the door first.
For a free Schwab Fact Kit, call toll-free 800-841-0300. That's 800-841-0300.
We give you more ways to succeed.
Chief Jay Strongbow coming in the ring. This is going to be something special. Chief Jay against Barry O. You see Chief Jay going to work with a chop. And then sends it to the turnbuckle.
As we expected, Greg. A lot of action in this match. I mean, from the beginning, since that bell rang, these guys have really been going at it. Great action. As we expected.
It's like a side headlock. Chief Jay trying to apply it, but look at Barry O's strength as he's trying to break it.
He's trying to turn it into an overhead wrist lock. Let's see, will he succeed? Will he succeed? Yes, yes. Ah, but yeah, I think he yanked the hair.
He did yank on the hair. And there is a lot to pull on there.
A lot of hair to pull there, that's for sure. You really get a handful.
Chief Jay Strongbow. You know, he has gone through some tough times here in the UWF in terms of things that have happened to him.
Nice arm drag by the Chief on Barry O.
You know, Cactus Jack with that foreign object several weeks ago, and he just says, I'm not going to take it anymore. This is what Chief Jay is saying. So he is on the warpath as well.
Well, right now, I'll tell you what, he's got his hands full with this Barry O because this Barry O's a tough competitor in great shape. Look at him, he can't move.
Barry O wisely held back. He was going to go with a drop kick, but he would have been in trouble. And he says,
he's too smart.
He's a little too smart.
Too smart, a little tricky too, because the actions in the ring, when you run out, that doesn't, I don't know if that's been smart or it's been a little on the cowardly side here.
All right, let's see if this too smart theory holds up. Let's see how smart he is wrestling away. Chief J. Strongbow trying to lift up and get him in a suplex, but Mario, as you can see, is a very formidable opponent.
Indeed,
This is really an outstanding matchup.
So far, what we've seen of Barrio, this is about the second time we've seen him in the last few weeks, and you have to be impressed with him, win or lose. There's no question that the man's very talented. He's very quick. He certainly knows his wrestling. He looks for shortcuts here and there, but nevertheless, tough opponent.
Is he looking for submission in this particular hold, or is this just wear him down?
No, I don't think he's looking for suspicion. What he's doing, the way he's got him curled up like that, he's trying to cut his wings and so forth. And of course, if he does that, then naturally weakens the opponent, and you go from there. But I didn't get to do the job because the referee broke it up because they were by the ropes. And nothing too seriously happened.
The voice of the living legend, Bruno Sammartino. I'm Craig DeGeorge, along with Herb Abrams and the UWF crew from Los Angeles. Chief J. Strongbow and Barry O.
Little strength contest here. Let's see.
This is the test of strength here. Who's going to win out? Look at the faces.
Face of strain. Oh, Monkey
Chief J pushes him in.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Good call. Monkey flipped him right over. Mario.
Right behind him, nice. Riding him well. He's riding so far. The Chief can kick out. He can't.
Containing him very well on that ride, isn't he?
Yes, he did. Barry Hill did very well. He just rode him and stayed behind him, and the Chief was unable to spin out.
Now he's got him in a precarious position, and you can see Chief's head bouncing back and forth over that bottom rope. And I'm not quite sure what referee Steve Simon is indicating to Barry O. Appeared to be illegal.
Well, he was kicking and everything else. The man was hooked up with the rope.
Wow. Powerful clothesline by Barry O. Now off the rope. Look out. What's going to happen? Oh, big foot to the head. And he has been concentrating his attack on the forehead of Chief J. Strongbow. That is a good idea, isn't it?
Oh, listen.
To go for one area and keep pounding away.
Ooh, there we go. Drew that thug. I mean, he really landed hard.
I don't know how these guys can get up. Chief J hit that hard floor.
Well, you know, Greg, the secret is that, Jim, the better conditioned you are, the more your body can absorb. If you're in good shape, if you train hard, it's amazing how much the human body can absorb. But if you're not, that's when you get hurt easily.
Chief J got up at the count of 8. So he's not counted out, but he's still in trouble. And he's out again.
Well, like we said before, is Barry O win or lose? No question about it. He's a tough competitor in there. I think he can go against anybody and give anybody one heck of a battle. He's a very talented individual. Very aggressive.
I haven't really seen the Chief be the Chief. He has been just thrown off his game. We haven't seen the war dance. Yep. We haven't seen him marching and prancing.
Barry O has gotten hurt and has stayed on him. He has stayed on him. His really hasn't given him any time to try to recoup, you know. And that's the thing to do. You get your opponent in trouble, you have to stay on him if you're smart.
The crowd is trying to cheer on Chief J. You probably could pick up from our mics. You can hear the howling.
And you know what? I've seen the Chief in serious trouble. When the people start that, somehow it's like feeding energy to him. As he starts really reach from that when he comes on.
And look at this. Got a couple of shots in, but again, Barry O staying in control. And a shot directly square on the jaw. Meanwhile, Barrio screaming for some competition. And if Chief Jay heard that, you can bet if those howls didn't get him going, that certainly will. But nevertheless, Barrio continues to land several right hands.
They're just trying to rearrange the nose of Chief Strongbow there. He was attacking him.
Yeah. I think Barry, is trying to establish himself in the UWF. And an outing like this, if you can knock off a Chief Jay Strongbow, certainly will catch the eye of everybody.
Well, of course, Jay Strongbow's got quite a reputation. He's made for himself. And getting a win over someone like the Chief, certainly it's a big boost for Barrio. The thing about UWF that I'm excited about is that they'll be going to places like Florida, Jersey, Pennsylvania. You know, they're really going to be going all over the country. That's exciting.
Out west, of course, the Midwest.
So as we go on, hopefully we'll get to meet people from different states across this great land of ours.
We will be letting you know, of course, when we are coming to your town.
And look at the Chief. There he goes.
Here he goes.
Looks like he's been revitalized here. Boom, one chop, knee lift.
And the big knee lift. And you're right.
Another
a blast of energy in the crowd howling him on. Chief Jay Strongbow taking control.
There's a sleeper. Let's see.
Is it bye-bye time? Well, I heard a bell, but I don't see the referee
indicating. He didn't give up. I don't think he gave up.
I think that was an Eric Bell. Apparently.
No, he didn't give up. You know what I think happened here?
What's
this
that?
was a 10-minute time limit match.
Ah, okay,
and
yes.
Being a 10-minute time limit match, I think is a draw.
I think you're right. Yes, Bruno.
Plus, it was obvious that Barrio didn't give up, so it has to be. Let's see. There you go.
If you've ever struggled with a handheld trimmer, you'll love this revolutionary new kind of trimmer on wheels. Just look how easy it rolls on those two big wheels and glides in any direction on this front-mounted mobile. It's perfect for trimming around rocks, along fences, buildings, sidewalks, and in all those hard-to-reach corners. The new DR is also a mower. It cuts tall grass, waist-high weeds, even wet grass and rough areas with never-before ease. There's no steel blade to bend or dull. You'll just love what the DR trimmer mower can do for you and your property. A big color catalog is just $2. Call toll-free 1-800-238-3100. That's 1-800-238-3100 for your big color catalog all about the revolutionary DR trimmer on wheels.
This is the Golden Greek speaking, and when I travel in style, man, all the way. Look at this beauty. Look at this. The Midnight Express limousine. Beautiful, classy, first class, the ultimate in traveling. This is what the Golden Greek does. Travel in first class. Take a look at this. The Midnight Express beauty. Take a look inside. All the comforts of home. Television, telephone, a little refreshment, comfortable ride. What do you need? And it sits everybody comfortably. Remember, the Golden Greek tells you, Midnight Express limousine, the ultimate in limousine service. And if you heard it from the Greek, you heard it from the top man.
A reminder that the next explosive live UWF wrestling show will take place on Friday night, February the 15th at New York's Penta Hotel. Besides a first-rate card, you'll be witness to one of wrestling's great events, a lumberjack match involving Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. UWF, the Universal Wrestling Federation, the pinnacle in sports programming.